All right, everyone, so ready to get into the video. My nails are all prepped and ready to go. I'm going to pop up an image here of what the manicure is going to look like. I'm going to be alternating the design on each hand. My thumb, trying to remember, my thumb and my pinky are going to be pink, and my middle finger is going to be gray. And then I'm going to have argyle on my pointer and my ring finger in the pink, gray, and then pink, gray, white, and black. I'll figure it out. And then on my right hand, since I've got two fingers with the plain pink, on my left hand, I'm going to have two fingers with the plain gray on my right hand. And then the middle finger will be pink with the argyle on the ring finger and the pointer finger. I do also want to do a bow. I don't know whether I'm going to do it in gold or silver. It feels like it should be gold, but cool tones, maybe it should be silver. That too I will have to think about, but let's get right into the manicure itself. I'm going to dispense some of the colors out onto the palette just so that I can go in and pull the color into the cuticle line. I'm using colors by Madame Glam. This one is from the advent calendar this year called Winter Solstice. And then I've got Perfect Pink, which should still be available on their website since it's part of the Perfect series of colors. And I wanted to use a lighter, almost like a cementy pink gray, because I figured the darker gray would be a bit too bluey. This is a little bit more neutral. So going to do, go in like you usually would with a gel manicure and just, push the gel towards the cuticle line and then pull the brush away towards the free edge. Pulling it around the side walls. You don't have to worry about it being too perfect on the first one. We're going to do 2 coats of each. And any streakiness will be resolved. So here I'm going to take the gel paint and pull it in to the cuticle line with my short liner, just to make sure it's as seamless as possible, to minimize, how quickly it looks like it's growing out. Now that doesn't really matter for me because I do my manicures every week. But if you're looking for good longevity, you want to get it as close into the proximal fold, otherwise referred to as the cuticle, as possible. As possible. Then I'm going to use a cleanup brush just to smooth it out a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a full cure. Okay, so this is what we have so far. I've gone in and done the gray and the pink. I did change my mind on the argyle nails instead of doing the background or the alternating diamonds shapes. White, I decided I'd do them gray because I think the white's going to be a little bit too contrasty, too stark. So I'm going to do the accenting lines in white, and then the argyle will be the gray and the pink. Now, ooh. what's on the nail. So I like this pink a lot, but it's not the right tone. I do, generally speaking, like to do my designs in gel paint because it's thicker and it's not going to bleed across the nail as much, if at all. But it's not the right tone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line the pattern with it, but then I'm going to go over it with the bottle pink. I really like this pink. All right, so we're going to try to do the Argyle, and Argyle is pretty straightforward. Actually, let me clean this brush first. It's basically just diamonds, alternating diamonds, so you can create the grid first and then fill in the diamond shapes that you've created. So we're going to do that as best as possible. So we're going to go in a diagonal pattern so that we can create these diamonds. So I'm going to try to lay them out as evenly spaced as possible. My goal is to get 2 columns of diamonds. All right, so we've got one direction going. I'm trying to see if they're straight. Not really. Do I want to fix it? Yeah, let's fix it. I'm gonna wipe the nail with alcohol. And let's go again. I'm trying to avoid the chore of having to draw each diamond individually. All right, so these are nice and straight and up and down. I did want smaller pattern, but I don't know if I care enough to redo it. Let me go and line it on my other finger before I go and cure to see what I think. All right, I think I like that. I do need to move the top one on this nail a little bit. It's a little too narrow. Hand is cramping, hand is cramping. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cure, and then I'm going to start filling in the pink. Hey everyone, so my sister called while I was filming. So instead of stopping what I was doing and waiting until we were off the phone, because that was an hour later, I figured I would just detail what I'm doing in post. But basically, all I'm doing now is after I did 3 coats of the pink, I went in and cured, obviously in between each coat, and now I'm going in and I'm laying in the lines that cross the diamonds. So basically, you want to go straight through the center of each diamond, making sure that you create a cross section in each direction. For each direction, in the middle of the diamond. You see what I'm doing. It's Argyle. And that basically finishes off the pattern. After you lay in your cross-secting lines, you want to again do a full cure, and then you can go and base and top coat. I always do a base coat before I top coat just because I feel it gives a better shine, but also this will give an extra layer so that you can level out any inconsistencies and unevenness on the nail and get a really nice smooth finish when you put on the top coat. But before we do the base and top coat, we're going to go in and put on the charm. But I'm not going to go into detail about that because we were off the phone by the time I was doing it on my right hand, and that is in the video. So I'm going to put the music back up so that you can watch, and next time you hear my dulcet tones, it'll be live while I'm filming. Actually, I am going to break in here again because I forgot I did not press record when I was affixing the charm on my left hand. I used my DGel Builder Gel. I put on this hand, I put it on the whole finger, and then I affixed the charm in the center. And then I went on with base coat and top coat, which I showed you I'm using the Apres base and top coat. But like I said, I will be showing you how I fixed the charm on my right hand, so we're going to cut to that. All right, so I had to break in the video before because my sister called, so I wasn't able to do what I had originally intended, with showing you tips and tricks to creating your own charms. And truth is, I was going through my charms and I saw these bows that I have and I really wanted to use them. There are a few other ones that I wanted to use, but I didn't have duplicates of them. I only had the one and I wanted my hands matching. So I decided to use this one instead. I will do a video though on how to do those charms, make your own charms. But first I want to show you how I attached this one. And I did use some builder gel. You saw that I put it on the whole nail, but this time I'm just going to put it on the area where I'm going to put the gel. The charm rather. So just a dollop like that, and it's always a little bit more challenging doing your non-dominant hand, but I'm going to pick up the charm with my wax tool and then place it where I want it. I'm just gonna give it a little push to make sure it's situated properly, and then I want to take my liner brush just to disperse some of this gel so that there's no bump that I have to try to cover up. And it's gone and shifted, so I'm going to move it back to center, and then I'm going to quickly cure it. So now that it's cured in place, I'm going to go ahead and base and top coat as I normally would. I am using the Apres base and top coat. For the base coat, I'm going to, on the nail with the charm, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I push the base coat up underneath the charm so that it's really secure in there. If you need to take a smaller brush, go ahead and do that. I just went and brushed it all over my skin. So I'm going to go ahead and clean that up with my cleanup brush. And I do have some on my palette, but I'm going to add a little bit more. I think it's actually top coat that I have on my palette, because I want to get up on the other side. Maybe not that much. All right, so you just want to make sure that your light lines are straight. And by light line, I mean the light that's reflected on the nail. It's a little difficult to see because I am using a ring light, so it's not really going to be all that straight. But it's pretty close. So I'm going to go ahead and flash that, and then I'm going to go and base and top the rest of my nails, and that'll be the video. All right, everyone, so that's going to do it for this video. I don't know if I mentioned it at the beginning. Oh, what is on my nail? Go away. I don't think I mentioned at the beginning what this manicure is for. And of course, I'm going to watch back the footage and be like, of course you did. But if I didn't, this manicure is for Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to all who are celebrating. If you are just celebrating your Valentine's Day, if you're just celebrating a random loved one or your loved one, I hope you have a wonderful day. But it's Wednesday, and if you're a Mean Girls fan, then you know that on Wednesdays we wear pink. So since Valentine's Day coordinates with Wednesday this year, I figured I would do a Mean Girls inspired manicure. I hope you liked it. If you made it this far, please give me a like and a subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you always know when new videos are available. If you have any comments or questions as to the products or the techniques that I used in this video, please leave it down in the comment section below. And all the information for the products that I used will be in the description box below. As I said, I do have some tips and tricks as to creating your own charms. I will have that in another video. The next manicure I'm doing is Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year inspired, because it is Year of the Dragon, and that is actually my zodiacal sign, which I'm very happy about. So I'm going to be using charms and transfer foils that I got from Daily Charm for the holiday, and I do want to try to create my own dragon charm. So that's going to come first, the tips and tricks to creating nail charms, including a dragon charm, and then the dragon charm will be used in the video for the Chinese New Year. So make sure you subscribe so that you know when that drops, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.